Fawn Patchell. I'm from White River, Arizona originally, and I'm a Penn State McNair alum, and I'm currently pursuing my PhD in nutritional sciences.
My name is Hazlett. I was born in Costa Rica. I grew up in Colorado, and I'm a Colorado State McNair alum, and I'm currently pursuing my PhD in physics here at Penn State.
My name is Omotayo Banjo. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. I'm a Penn State McNair alum, and I'm currently working on my PhD in mass communications.
My name is Mike Lee. I'm originally from South Korea. I am a Penn State McNair alum, and I'm currently getting my PhD in the biochemistry department here at Penn State.
Since I've been in McNair, the opportunities that have opened up for me have just been great. I mean, the experiences that I've gathered from there and, you know, just the impact that it's made on my life has just been a lot more than I would have thought when I first opened up that letter inviting me to check it out. It's, you know, giving me this whole realm of things that I can look into and this whole other world of things that I can follow through rather than just the original plan I had of becoming a registered dietitian.
I think for me, the impact that the McNair Scholars Program had was the amount of information they give you. Just preparing you to go to grad school is just enormous.
Yeah, I have to agree. McNair just gave me that solid foundation of when I go to places, what questions to ask and what I should look for in a university and in a research program.
My experience at McNair was really a defining moment for me because it totally shifted my goals. And I realized that how interested I was in research. I became really passionate about studying human behavior and things like that. And so not only did it help me see what direction I wanted to take my career in, it did prepare me well, helping me to think, you know, theoretically. So I love this program, and it definitely did for me something that I don't think any other program would have.
I had no idea the process that you had to follow to get into graduate school and all these different things, even down to etiquette. And then, but going through the McNair program, it definitely took that edge off.
I would even add to that, even after you're done with the program, you still have those connections with the staff, and they're constantly encouraging you, even while you're in the process.
You can come back to them and say, "This happened to me. Is that something that most graduate students go through?"
I was applying and looking at graduate schools around the country. Penn State has always been a place that people have talked about, and I took a look at their graduate program, and I saw a lot of good research going on here, and it just, now that I'm here, I don't know if I could be anywhere else, really. It's just been a great fit so far.
The first year has been really spectacular for me, just like being able to just branch out and talk to people and just experience graduate life like I've never even imagined like it would be.
I realize every day just how great Penn State really is. Penn State has so much to offer, and I love especially the way they treat their students and the way that they are sensitive to my concerns. But also Penn State is actually one of the top schools in my area.
I like the town too. Some people look at it like you're in the middle of cow pastures and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, but you have to look beyond that. That's only on the outskirts. You know, we have all these festivals in the summer. You've got all these different things going on. Football games. You can't do anything during the fall without football games. And there's just a lot to do.
The diversity here is great too.
Yeah, and for me, living in other places where I was the only minority, it was nice coming here where you do have a little bit of diversity. And I didn't feel like I stuck out as much. I think that's important too, that you have so many people there that you can find your own unique niche in some community.
I remember my first day of grad school, and I remember thinking, what am I doing? I think I thought that way for the first year or something, but the way my program is structured is they really encourage you to do research so you can become more efficient with it. Just seeing my advisors and other faculty in my program and as a model, you know, encourages me and inspires me to want to be like that, to give back to students. It's such a rewarding experience engaging with students.
Yeah, I guess my end goal is kind of professor. I want to be exactly where my advisor is in 10 years, which would be ideal. It just, the prospect of just going in and being in a university environment, the chance just to do cutting edge research that nobody else has done. And these are probing new realms of science and the universe that we have no clue about, and just kind of enriching like the advancement of that, and hopefully inspiring future generations to see how enjoyable just learning material is. That's kind of where I see myself going in the future.
I like the way my program is. The faculty that I work with, they're very open-minded, and they give you a task or something, but they do give you plenty of leeway so that you can maneuver around and find what things interest you more. The studies that I'm working on now are focusing on nutrition and cancer, which is what I eventually want to either do further research and or teach about. And I'm a Native American, and that area of research is severely lacking. So I think that being a professor, I can kind of at least bridge that gap a little bit more, and so that would, foster more research in that area.
I really do want to do research on making prosthetic organs, and it's going to be like a mixture of biology and mechanics all together. And Penn State just really helps me ask the questions and then do the research or the experiments that's going to answer that question.
Yeah, I like that interaction. You can talk among other faculty and researchers and bounce off ideas off of them, and they contribute to different things, and some of them will say, well, what do you think about this idea? And it might totally spin how you're thinking currently about your problem.
My program has been just very gracious with helping me to get to conferences, and when I get there and I see the representation of Penn State researchers there, it makes me feel very proud of wearing the Penn State brand name.
I knew where I wanted to go. This is what you're going to be doing for the next 30 years of your life if you continue on this path. And then once you realize that it's not really a job because it's so much fun, so I'll continue having fun. Why not?
For me, another opportunity that I had was as a teaching assistant, I had to teach a microbiology lab. And at first I thought I was going to get a classroom of students who just didn't want to be there, were just passing their time, or just there just because they had to be there because to fill up their requirements. But as I was teaching and getting to know my students, it wasn't like that. They were there because they really did want to learn.
I'm in the College of Health and Human Development, so we not only have all the research facilities here at Penn State, but we also team up with Hershey Medical Center. And so that is really good. And it's just the opportunity there, plus with the faculty and all their connections, it's like international, that the context that you can have and the things that can play into your research.
I'm used to the small town environment, and I love it. It's good. Everybody's really friendly.
When I first came here, I was told that the campus was big and, over 40-something thousand people. But you run into people every day that you see, and it doesn't really seem that big.
The most rewarding thing that I've had is my professor coming in and say, we have 2 studies and I'm going to put you in charge of this one, and just to be given the responsibility and the opportunity to network with people from 3 different campuses across the U.S. and be the one in charge calling the shots. This is what needs to happen and such. It's like, wow, that's pretty awesome. It's like, this is a national study and I'm the one, I'm doing it. So that for me is pretty good.
A few weeks ago, we got done with a conference. It was our annual conference for the division of the American Physical Society that I'm part of. And it was actually here at Penn State. I gave a poster there, and so I was kind of nervous because my first poster is a grad student, and I put it up there, and there's about 700 people at the conference, and then they start coming and looking at your poster, and then you start talking to all the people, and then you realize that these are the people on all the papers that you've been reading over the last 2 years. And then after it's all done, you kind of realize, well, I feel I'm part of this community now. Like, I'm part of this whole research community. I didn't think that would happen so soon, and it felt pretty good.
To add on to that, traveling, because of me being in this program, I've been able to travel out of the country for the first time. I went to Germany to present research, and here I am in this community of scholars, from China, from, all these different countries, and they're there to hear me speak, and, so it was rewarding in that way. I think grad school challenges you in many different ways, and in the beginning you may think, I don't know if I could do this. I've never seen myself as a leader, or I never saw myself as a teacher. I never saw myself as this groundbreaking researcher, and then you do it, and then you think, I can do this.
Penn State really just taught me and instilled that sense of community, and I think that was one of the most rewarding experiences I've had, was just being appreciated for just being who you are,
That's a really nice feeling, because you go through the McNair program and it's like, okay, these are your goals. They want you to get a PhD and they, become a part of the professoriate and everything. And then now that I'm in grad school, it's like all these people invested their time in me so that I can follow this path. And then now that I'm in grad school, I'm being seen not so much as a student, but more of a colleague.
I have to agree with you with the si se puede, or the yes you can mentality. You realize that people aren't different than you. I mean, it doesn't matter where you came from, your background, you're going to be able to do more than the people before you.